हाँ वो यस ये तो है 2 क्लास आहे का चालेल येईल ओके Is my screen visible for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we are going to see micro and macro environment, okay, in digital marketing. Okay, so we will see digital marketing environment. Okay, so what it has, what are the concepts involved in this. Okay, so basically from today we will be starting the syllabus of VTU. Okay, so this is under the syllabus. Okay, so we will be starting the syllabus from today. Okay, early 2 classes were like introductory classes for you guys. Okay, so let's start. So here we will be understanding the digital marketing environment components. Okay, it's essential to achieve success when it comes to digital marketing strategy. So whenever you are about to do or about to make any strategy for your product or your business, that is digital marketing strategy, you should know these things. Okay, because micro environment and macro environment, this affects your business. Okay, directly or indirectly, they are interrelated with your business environment. Okay, so without knowing this thing, we will be not able to make strategy. Okay, for our digital marketing. Okay, now suppose I want to promote, I am launching one mobile phone. Okay, XYZ company mobile phone. Okay, so before launching my mobile phone, I should study the business environment of that particular country. Now, suppose I am a Japanese-based company. Okay, take an example of Sony. Okay, so I am a Sony company, and I am planning to enter India. Okay, for business purpose. Okay, I want to launch one of my mobile phone in India. So before launching my product, I should study the business environment of India. Okay, so what is the micro environment? What is the macro environment existed in India, existing in India, and all that stuff. Okay, because once you get to know these things, it's easier to make strategy. Okay, so basically there are 2 major elements, okay, of digital marketing environment, that are micro and macro environment. Okay? So what do we mean by micro environment? The first component of digital marketing environment is micro environment. Okay? The micro environment is referred to as the operating environment and focuses on customers' needs and wants. So here our main focus is customer needs and wants. Now, like I said, the example, right? I am a Sony, I am entering to Indian market. So before entering India, I should study these things. Okay, basic, I have to focus the need of that particular market or need of that customer, what they are in need of, what are their wants, what are their needs. Okay, then the customers, competitors, suppliers, and intermediaries' needs and wants are essential to focus on due to their role in shaping the immediate trading environment. So apart from customer needs and wants, even you have to focus on your competitors. Okay, then suppliers, suppose if someone is supplying some raw materials or something, or any intermediaries in the sense, it may be distributors, wholesalers. Okay, so these all things you have to focus apart from customer needs and wants. If you want to make your business successful in that particular country, say example India. Okay, the behavior of these groups of people shape the online marketplace. Understanding their needs and wants allow marketers to create and adapt their digital strategies to meet their needs and wants. So suppose I am a Japanese company, okay, and I am entering India. So I should not work with the mentality of Japanese people, right? So I have to study Indian market. So what is Indian market? How are my competitors doing their business? Okay. what are the customer needs and wants and all this stuff, what are their behavior. Accordingly, I have to make my products or manufacture my products, and accordingly I have to strategize my marketing strategy as well. Okay, now you can even take example of Xiaomi, right? So after this COVID pandemic, everyone the hashtag was trending like boycott China, right? So Xiaomi is a Chinese product. Okay, so they knew this thing. Okay, someday it may happen. So that's the reason they started their manufacturing plant in India, right? Xiaomi has started their manufacturing plant, and whichever the mobile they are selling in India, it's in Make in India project, right? You can see at back, Make in India, they will write. It means the product is manufactured in India. So they changed the strategy, okay? Because they knew that, because if I write made in China, people won't, they may not purchase my product because of that hashtag. Everyone was angry with China, right? So you should sense this thing actually. Okay, if you're doing a business in a particular country or any marketplace, you should know these things. Okay, how I should strategize my business or how I should strategize my marketing plan. Okay, so that's the reason even this is very important before starting any promotional activity. Okay, so what all involves in micro environment? Like customers, one who pays to acquire the product. So obviously customers are main thing I should focus on, because they are going to pay me. They are, from them itself I will be earning some money, right? So you have to focus customers. Okay. Then organizations, different organizations like consist of owners or board of directors or employees, right? So even this is a part of my environment. Then even you have to study market. Market in the sense, what is price sensitivity? Then market maturity, cost structure. So what do you mean by price sensitivity? Have you heard before this term? I hope you might have heard in product life cycle or something. Have you heard? So price sensitivity is a degree to which demand changes when the cost of product or service changes. Okay. Now suppose take an example of Xiaomi, right? So Xiaomi, suppose when I entered the market, I priced my mobile for 10,000 rupees. But suddenly after 2-3 months, I increased the cost of my mobile phone. I increased by 50%. It means now that same mobile is costing you 15,000. So what will happen? People will stop buying Xiaomi and obviously they will purchase Samsung over Xiaomi, because Samsung is a good brand compared to Xiaomi, right? And it's costing similar 15,000-16,000. Okay, why people are preferring Xiaomi over Samsung? The main factor is price, right? Because of cost-effective pricing strategy, Xiaomi is doing well in market. Okay, that is their USP, you can say. Okay, so you should study these all things. Okay, when Xiaomi entered India, even they might have studied these all things: micro environment, macro environment of India, their competitors, and all that stuff. Okay, apart from this price sensitivity, even you have to know market maturity. So market maturity stage, anyone knows? Have you heard about product life cycle? Every product has a life cycle, right? Have you heard? Anyone? So there are different stages, right? So at maturity stage, what happens? The maturity stage of the product life cycle shows that the sales will eventually peak and then slows down, right? So every product has a lifespan. Okay, you can take example of normal mobile phones. Now everyone uses smartphones. No one uses that normal mobile phone, right? So it's at maturity stage, right? Almost the market has been matured for normal keypad phones. Right? So every product has a maturity stage. So even that you should know. Okay. Or else suppose I am entering India. Suppose I am a Japanese company or US company. Okay. And at this point of time, I am selling a Walkman. Do you know Walkman? Walkman earlier it used to come cassettes and all those stuff, or a CD player. I want to sell CD player in Indian market. Now, is it possible? Does it work? No, it won't work, right? Because that particular market has, that particular product has already matured. Okay. So, because see, when mobile smartphone came in the market, almost those CD players, CDs and all, the market has got immediately liquidated. Okay, it got matured actually. Okay, so at this stage, suppose if I want to sell CD player or DVD player, it's very difficult, you know. So even before entering any market or starting your business or doing any marketing strategy, you should know these things as well. Okay. Then cost structure. What do you mean by cost structure? So cost structure defines all the cost and expenses that your company will incur while operating your business model. Okay. So suppose I run a company, right? I have my own company. So even I have some, I have to spend some cost. I have some daily expenses. I have to pay the rent. I have to pay the salaries of employees. I have to pay for server, hosting, and all those stuff. Right. So accordingly, you should calculate the pricing of your service or cost or your product. Now I'm manufacturing one product. So I need to purchase a raw material as well. I need to invest in machineries and I need to invest in my employees, staff, right? So these things matters in your pricing strategy or a cost structure. Okay, even that you have to focus on. Okay, so this is what market. Then intermediary, one who act as a bridge between the manufacturer and the marketer. So who are intermediaries like distributors, wholesalers? Okay, so these are intermediaries. Okay, so even you have to focus on them as well. Even you have to pay them commissions and all those stuff. Okay, then competitors. So even this is very, very important. Whenever you're doing, whenever you are planning to launch your product or services in particular market, the first thing you should do is competitor analysis after your customer needs, because this is very important factor. Okay, like other entities that compete for resources as well as market. Okay, so what my competitor is doing, what is the pricing strategy of my competitor? Okay, so how much products or services he's selling yearly or monthly? These all things you should study before entering any market. You should not enter blindly. Okay. Then suppliers, even these are important. Suppliers with their bargaining power affect the cost structure. Now suppose I have my manufacturing company. Okay. And I'm taking some raw material from one of my suppliers. Suddenly he increases the price of that raw material. So what will happen? Even my product price will also increase. Right? It will indirectly or directly it will affect on my cost structure. Right? So these all comes under micro environment. Okay. So this is what we call as operating environment. Okay. Even so, you should focus on this thing. Okay. The second component of digital marketing environment is macro environment. Okay. So the macro environment is often referred to as remote environment and is made up of external forces that can influence digital marketing and successfully affect the success. Okay. So macro environment are nothing but the remote environment. So they indirectly affect your business or the success of your business. Okay, so these forces include like political interventions, okay, economic conditions, social changes, technological development, legal and environment forces, and all are beyond the control of organizations because we can't control these forces, right? Now we have a BJP government at center. Okay. Suddenly, suppose the government changes, it comes to Congress or something. So we can't have any control on that thing, right? As a business entity or organization, and we don't know the next government what they will plan, okay, what law they will get in this country and all those stuff, or its economic condition, like pandemic situation now it's going on, right? Now you can see economic condition is very, so it's not in our hand, right? So these are nothing but what we call as the remote environment. Okay. Another significant influence on opinion is the ever-evolving social media networks, which enhance digital channels by allowing these forces to communicate information that shapes the opinion of many globally. So, social media influences the masses, you know. So, like earlier classes as well, I have explained you about influencer marketing, right? So, same thing applies here. Okay. So suppose if any government, now you can take the example of BJP government, they are very influential in case of social media networks. Okay, they have many pages, many channels, and all those stuff. Okay, so every political party have their own social army, social media army, right? And they have a power to influence the masses. So any digital channel nowadays can influence any business thing as well. Now you can take example of Snapdeal. Okay, Snapdeal. Do you remember Snapdeal, right? So earlier the brand ambassador of Snapdeal was Amir Khan. You might have seen in the TV or something 4 or 5 years back. Okay, and at that time Snapdeal was at peak position. Amazon was nowhere at that time, 5 6 years back. At top position was Flipkart and second was Snapdeal. Amazon comes at third, fourth position. Okay, so these two companies are doing very well during those times. Okay, but suddenly what happened? When Amir Khan, okay, in publicly he commented one thing, right? India is intolerant country. My wife is saying so and so. He said like that, right? So what happened? People didn't like this thing. So they started one campaign, hashtag boycott Snapdeal. Okay, stop shopping with Snapdeal or hashtag boycott Snapdeal. So why Snapdeal came here? Because Amir Khan was linked with that Snapdeal. He was a brand ambassador. He used to come there and used to say Snapdeal, Dil Ki Deal. Dil Ki Deal was their tagline. Earlier, Snapdeal logo was red and blue. Okay, but after this incident, what happened? People stopped purchasing from Snapdeal. Obviously, Snapdeal changed their marketing strategy. Okay, immediately they changed their marketing strategy. They removed Amir Khan as a brand ambassador. Okay, and they just rebranded their logo. Okay, they made it red color logo. Then they changed the design of website. They changed the tagline. So now the tagline of Snapdeal was unboxing Zindagi. Okay. So here Flipkart was playing very safe. How Flipkart was playing safely? Because they have not collaborated with any brand ambassador as such like Snapdeal, how they connected with Amir, right? So they you might have seen their ads, right? Small kids used to come. Okay, so they are playing very safely. So in market, why people are paying more amount to Amitabh Bachchan as a brand endorsement? Okay, as a brand ambassador. Because when you are a brand ambassador, you should behave wisely. Okay, in public. Okay, you should not comment anything because anything may happen, like Snapdeal, what happens with Snapdeal. So after this thing, Snapdeal has never come up. Now the situation of Snapdeal is very worst. No one is even about to purchase that particular company. Okay, it's very horrible condition of Snapdeal now. So that one thing can negatively influence people's mind. Okay, and because of this thing, their business almost collapsed, almost the verge of collapse. Okay, so even this is very important when you choose any brand ambassador for your company or your product or something. He should be very wise. Okay, it should not be like, it should not be in controversy. So even Kangana Ranaut, no company will go to her, okay, and ask her, you be my brand ambassador. Okay, or you might have heard about KRK, Kamal Khan or Rakhi Sawant, okay, because these people can say anything at any time, right? And I am here to do a business. I am not here to do any political thing, right? Politics or something. Okay, so that's the reason Amitabh Bachchan is having much demand compared to these all youngsters in market, because he is very sensible person. He don't talk anything in this stuff, political stuff. Okay, so even this is very important, and even this affect your business. Okay, so macro environment consists of political, economical, social, and technological changes. Okay, so like political stability, regulation, deregulation. Okay, so what all comes under political forces? So every business is limited by the political environment. This involves like laws, government agencies, and pressure groups. Okay, these influence and restrict organizations and individuals in the society. Therefore, marketing decisions are strongly influenced and affected by developments in the political environment. Now, you might have seen the news of Nano, Tata Nano, right? So Tata Nano plant was about to set up in West Bengal, right? Almost they have set up, but at the end, what happened? Due to political forces, he has to shut the plant of nano cars from West Bengal because of this political forces. No other thing there actually. Okay, so because of political environment, because we can't have a control, we don't have a control on these forces, right? Now, suppose I have my own political party and I am in power, so I can do anything. I have that much power, right? So I can give business to my favorite people. Okay, now suppose Ambani is my favorite person, so I will give all projects to Ambani, or else Tata is my favorite, I will give projects to Tata. So this may happen, or even they may force to shut down your business, like how it happens in West Bengal, right? For Nano, Tata Nano. Okay, so even these, and in this particular thing, we don't have any control, right? Political, because they are very powerful peoples, right? Then economic forces in macro environment. Even this is very important. The economic forces relates to factors that affect consumer purchasing power and spending patterns. Because we don't know what is economic condition. Okay, now during this pandemic, you can see, right? The economic condition is very bad actually, of almost every country. Okay, apart from China. Okay, almost every country is struggling for their GDP and all. So even this thing matters. And for this thing, we don't have a control. Okay, so for instance, a company should never start exporting to the country before having examined how much people will be able to spend. So even we should know the spending power of that particular country people. Okay. Because suppose I have a mobile phone of 1 lakh rupees and I am say I'm entering to Pakistan or any country or any say poor country, okay, Tanzania or something. Okay, so I don't know whether people will buy my product from them because they don't have spending capacity. Right? So even this matters. Even before entering any market, you should even study this economic forces, political forces, right? So such as you should know the GDP of that particular country, import duty, sales tax, GST, unemployment. Okay, these all things. Okay, so these all comes under economic forces. Then socio-culture forces in the macro. The socio-culture forces linked to the factors that affect society's basic values or preferences or behavior. The basic for this factor is found by the fact that people are the part of society and cultural groups that shape their beliefs and values. Right? Every country have their different beliefs and values. Right? Because now coming to India, they have the Indian mentality is totally different if it comes with the Western culture. Okay, suppose if you go to Europe, it's totally different beliefs and values. When it comes to India, they have different beliefs and values. So you should know all these things, right? So many cultural blunders occur due to the failure of businesses in understanding the foreign culture. So, like I said, the example, I am a Japanese company, I want to enter India. So I should know the values and beliefs of those people who are staying in that targeted country where I am entering, right? Like I am entering to India. So how are the people of India? What are their beliefs? What are their values? So accordingly, you have to make a marketing strategy. Okay. So for example, say for instance, symbols may carry a negative meaning in another culture. Yeah, there are many symbols, right? So you use some symbols. Okay. So some particular religion may feel this is bad thing and all, right? So directly your business may lose that particular market. So social trends, fashion, and culture are all examples of what we would call social factors. So what are the trends going on in that particular country or particular location? What is the fashion trend going on there? So what are the cultural themes? Okay, so these all things you should know before entering any market. Okay. So here there are like two factors like social factor and cultural factors. So social factors are nothing but what are the population size and rate of growth. Okay. Then what is the age distribution? So like I said in last classes, India is the youngest country where around 40% are youngsters. Right. So even you should study these things as well before entering any market. Then wealth and income disparities. So what are their income? Okay, per capita income you can say. Okay, of that particular country. Okay, job market mobility and attitude to work. So even this is very important. Okay, so suppose I want to start my manufacturing unit somewhere. Okay, so before starting my manufacturing unit, I should know. Okay, whether I will get the employees from, whether I will get the staff. So I can tell you my own example. When earlier my company was in Mumbai, actually. Okay, then I shifted my office from Mumbai to Belgaum because basically I belong from Belgaum, right? So when I come here, I struggle to get employees because I came to Belgaum, I guess 4 years back. Okay, so when I entered the here there was not much awareness about digital marketing, and I'm not getting any employees. So then suddenly the idea strike in my mind. So why should not I start my own institute so that even I can hire employees for my company? So that was the reason behind starting my institute. So I started my digital marketing institute in Belgaum. So my institute was first in North Karnataka and South Maharashtra. Okay, so I started my institute 4 years back. So from my institute itself, I hired 2-3 people for my company. Okay, so it actually run well. So now it's going well actually. Now my institute is set totally different entity now. Okay, and it has around 3-4 branches now. Okay, so but the reason behind starting institute was this thing. Okay, job market mobility, because I was not getting employees here in this particular profession. So even this is very important. Okay, then health and education levels. Even this is important. Suppose I want my employees to be like MBAs or BEs, so whether that country have that capacity and all those stuff, even that you should know. Then cultural factors like languages, okay, then religion, values and attitude, even this you should study before entering any market. Okay, so this is what macro and micro environment. Okay, got it? So any questions, any doubts you guys have? Yes, any doubts, any questions you guys have? No?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Don't leave anyone. I'm just taking
Can
the
we just have
screenshot.
the PDF today so that like
Mhm.
can be in advance ready? Or you'll give after the presentations?
Yeah,
Like
I will,
every day after the presentation, one PDF.
yes, I will be able to share.
Yes, sir. So you got the link to the official group?
No, I don't have any group. I will just talk to sir then.
Prayag, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you,
Okay, I
sir.
will talk to Prayag sir. Okay. So I guess from tomorrow even we have to take the classes from home. Okay, so I will talk to Prayag sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So you guys take a rest of even we have another class. Okay. So after 10 minutes, even we will be starting. Okay, after 10-15 minutes. Okay. Fine. See you then.
Okay, sir.